Second chances. We've all made mistakes or done things in our past that we regret or we wish we'd done differently. A lot of those mistakes or decisions happened when we were younger, when we were youth, when we thought we were rebellious and we knew everything and we were invincible. Unfortunately, some of those decisions can lead to outcomes that even a youth doesn't fully comprehend on how it will impact their life and their future moving forward. That is where the folks at Positive Alternatives Incorporated come in, because they believe that youth deserve a second chance, sometimes a third chance, maybe even a fourth chance. They believe that every youth is worth saving, and they work to help every youth live the fullest life that they can. So, who are Positive Alternatives? Positive Alternatives is a nonprofit organization based out of Wisconsin that work on serving the youth and families in all counties throughout Wisconsin. Their main services that they provide are intervention services, where they travel to a family out in the community, work on mediation, intervening in family issues such as alcohol abuse, drug abuse, for both family members and mainly for the youth and how it's impacting the family. They provide group home services, both short-term respite stay or long-term stay for some at-risk youth. And they also provide community education and community-based services. They aim to improve the communities and the surrounding areas for which they are stationed. They have multiple group home locations throughout Wisconsin, including Amory, Wisconsin, River Falls, Wisconsin, Menominee, Wisconsin, and down in Wood County. Their intervention services can service each of those surrounding areas and counties, but they do travel to multiple different counties throughout the state of Wisconsin. So, their mission statement is, through a continuum of family and strength-based services, Positive Alternatives strives to equip at-risk youth and young adults with the social, emotional, and developmental skills needed to flourish. That mission statement sums up their whole focus and idea behind the work that they do. They work to strengthen families and the youth within them. And for those who may not have a traditional family structure, they aim to equip them with the skills needed to grow and develop beyond, their formative years as a teenager, and help prepare them for the life moving forward, and show them that there are things to keep working for, even if their life isn't typical or traditional to their peers around them. One of the main focuses of Positive Alternatives is their at-risk youth group homes. As you can see, they focus on prevention, healing, integration, and reduction. Prevention being an at-risk youth is defined as a member of the youth society that are experiencing tendencies or behaviors that put them in line to make poor decisions moving down or moving further on. The prevention aspect is to help those youth find a better path in life before they, um, make too many decisions um, that set things in motion to prevent them from succeeding in certain areas of life, whether it be school, family, job. So that's the first aspect. And a lot of these at risk youth come from counties throughout Wisconsin where the county social worker will refer that youth to the group home where the youth may end up staying, whether it be a short term basis, anywhere from a couple weeks to a few months, or they could be on a long term basis where they would be, a few months up to a year. It all depends on the situation the youth is coming from, whether it be, their substance abuse or struggles in school, struggles with bullying, general discipline. These are all, a lot of the youth that come through the group homes have been charged with, possession of controlled substance or drug paraphernalia, or they've been charged with truancy through their school or minor nonviolent crimes. And then the group home takes them in, and that's when the healing process begins. At these group homes, the youth will work on daily living skills, academics. If they're there for a long term basis, they're enrolled in the local middle school or high school. The group home staff there work on teaching groups such as, personal hygiene, general house maintenance and cleaning, both inside and outside. They focus on independent living skills. They focus on job skills such as writing applications, getting letters of references. And then they work on communication skills, which is huge. They work on opening up to one another and how to appropriately interact with your peers, because the group home can hold anywhere from 6 to 8 youth at a time typically. And through that time, the home is a typical home. They just have a few more bedrooms. And these youth spend a lot of time together and growing and building off shared experiences and feeling the support and the love of multiple different staff members and case managers who truly care about their well-being and the outcome down the road. And so it's all about the healing, understanding that yes, poor decisions were made, but those poor decisions don't define the future that you can have. As the youth come close to leaving the group home aspect, that begins the integration, the process. That's getting the youth back home, typically, back whether it be with family members or relatives. Some youth may be growing up, and it's about helping them find suitable living, whether it be in a shared adult communal group home, or just finding their own apartment. The integration process is critical because that helps to prepare each resident for the future that they're about to live. And that means, the group home may spend a lot of time working with families or the youth support system, bringing them to the group home, going and visiting them, making sure that everything's in place to build this level and culture of success for the youth upon discharge. And the reduction is all about preparing youth who may be young enough, because the group home serves youth from 13 to 17. And it's all preparing those younger kids and checking on them after they've left the group home providing them skills and support for if they are struggling on the outside. Uh, they know they can call the group home. The group home will help prepare them, provide them with, or connect them with the services they need if they're struggling in one aspect or another. Um, it's all about helping them succeed so that they don't need to come back into the group home system. They don't need to go back through the county to struggle with, going through the county channels and being assigned a social worker, and so that they don't struggle with the legal system. Um, it's all about, like we said, utilizing a second chance and building a community of growth. Another important aspect that Positive Alternatives offers is their community education. They travel to every county throughout the state of Wisconsin in a goal to educate the county caseworkers to make a case that if they have difficult youth that they're working with, that maybe they want to have Positive Alternatives come up there and provide some education, some training, some insights with that youth's family, or maybe the county feels that the youth might benefit from spending some time at the group home, so they'll provide them with some knowledge and which group home that they could send the youth to. It's all about building a community of tolerance, a community of patience, a community of understanding the difficulties of the typical youth today. Because many youth feel like people don't understand the struggles they're going through because it is such a different world than we're all used to. Everybody experiences their teenage years differently. So to really build this understanding and this dedication to, supporting the youth, not tearing them down, but building them up, providing them with this confidence that they can get through these hard times and these struggles, and they can become successful despite any negativity that they may be hearing in their lives. So the community education is a great aspect in terms of, preventing a youth from ever going down that negative path, or to help a youth from, further struggles if they are starting to go down that path. Just some of the impact. Here's a quote from one of the residents. Said, "Living there for quite some time, I learned a lot. It's taken me a while to adjust back into society as the person they knew I was and helped me become. PA was my second family, and I wish that could continue, but sadly, life moves on and things change. I was once told change can be scary, and oh boy, were they right. Thank you for the support and the help throughout the last part of my adolescent life before I became an adult. It means a lot to me." Another quote from another resident said, "Without PA, I have no idea where I would be now. With all of the things I put staff through and the clients, I'm surprised they kept me as long as they did. It's been 5-6 years since I've paid PA a visit. I miss everyone so much, all of the staff, the people I've met outside of the house. It will always be a big part of my life. And still, to this day, I talk about all the memories that I made in Menominee. You will always be in my heart, every single one of you guys. It's because of PA that I want to work with children who were once like me. Again, thank you all so much." So those last two quotes really sum up the purpose, the meaning, the work that PA does. Because they push themselves, those staff members, every day to commit themselves to absorbing all the struggles that those children bear, and they commit themselves to believing that those kids are better than what people around them are telling them. And those staff strive so hard to really believe and push those youth, those adolescents, and help develop and help them grow, because they truly believe every one of those kids are a great kid, and that they truly believe those kids can be great adults, and those kids can make lasting impressions on everyone around them. These are the kids that often are forgotten about. These are the kids that are often uh, left to fall between the cracks. And if we can just do a small part and push ourselves and commit ourselves to helping organizations like this, who strive to make those cracks a little smaller, to help pick those kids up that have fallen, then we too can feel good about the change that we've made. And we too can support and believe that everyone deserves a second chance. So that is why I full-heartedly believe we should commit ourselves to supporting organizations like Positive Alternatives, who strive to believe that the youth, no matter their decisions they've made, can change, and the youth today can become inspirational and committed young adults in our society. If you have any more questions or seeking more information, everything I got is off of positivealternatives.org. I suggest you check it out. They're a really great organization, and they do a lot of strong work in the communities they serve. Thank you.